to web development and web performance monitoring, you may hear people talking about the front end versus the back end. So what do these terms mean exactly? When we talk about the front end on the web, we're typically talking about the client-side part of a website or a web app that you can see and interact with. Usually the term client refers to a web browser on a computer or mobile device, anything you're running locally that has a presentation layer or a user interface. Designers and front-end developers work together to write all of the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript that makes a website dynamic and interactive in the browser. These days, there are a lot of frameworks that developers use to create basic grids or styles, like Bootstrap, for example, and developers may build on top of those frameworks and add their own customizations. On the flip side, the backend or server side of the web relates to the servers, applications, and databases that store data, run major processes, and serve content on a website. This is the data access layer. Some common languages for writing backend code are Ruby, PHP, and Python. Lots of backend languages also have frameworks that are designed to set up common tools and controllers that make it easier to get started writing applications in that language, like Ruby on Rails, for example. In the past, it was likely that front-end developers didn't write a ton of code for storing data or serving content, but that's just not true anymore. Now we're seeing more and more complex code running on the client side in the browser, and the line between front-end and back-end is becoming blurry. These days, it's pretty common for a developer to be a full-stack developer, or someone who can write both front-end and back-end code. In the past, engineers might have said, "Our application servers are up and fast, so our performance is good." But that doesn't tell the whole story. Today, we know that something like 80 or 90% of the user's experience time is spent waiting for elements or processes on the front end, not waiting for data to be served from the back end. So it's more important than ever to focus on front-end web performance monitoring in addition to traditional monitoring on the servers and applications. That said, if you have a server that consistently takes a very long time to process a crucial request, users are going to be more impatient for that request to finish. For a complete picture of the user experience, it's important to have complementary monitoring on both the front end and the back end.